Hello, welcome to a game of Gundam Online. We're playing. I don't know. Today's the first day actually after a new DX volume. Well, it's not the first day after today. A new DX volume was released, so we're kind of playing. I haven't done any rolls yet. We'll see, but um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we end up doing any rolls. But today we're playing on this map. I can't remember what the name of this map is. I believe this map is a map from Gundam 00 08 MS team, I believe. I'm not too terribly sure. It's a pretty interesting map. I mean, you got these points right here. The points 1, 2, 5, and 6 don't really matter too much. I mean, they do matter, like, if you let the other team take 2 or you let the other team take 5. Like, for us, if we let the other team take 5, then it's kind of bad. Or if we let the other team take 1, then it's kind of bad. But really, these outer points don't really matter too much. And so what this map really is more than anything is more or less a fight to control. Um, I'll show you right now because I can't remember the names of the points of point 3 and 5, 3 and 4. I'm sorry, 3 and 4. And so this map is entirely dependent on who's going to be fighting. So there's going to be a building in the center of the map, and that building in the center of the map is basically the building that everyone's fighting over. But typically what happens is that one team ends up being able to take the building and then is pushing one team's point. So either our team is going to end up being pushed at 3, or we're going to be pushing the enemy team at 4. And really, the game is decided by who is able to take the other team's point first. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the game, but it's a pretty good indicator of who's actually going to go on and win the game. Hopefully our VPN performs pretty well. I feel a little bit laggy. Maybe we'll see. Just give me a moment. Let's see if things kind of like chill out for a little bit. I think we should be okay. But yeah. Oh. I didn't see that coming. We might be dead here. Alright, no, we're not. We're okay. But, that was a near death. Let's see if we could. There's any healers or anything like that. Rats on this map can be an issue too. They're not so big on this map just because of how linear things are. There's really not too much of a path for rats to go unless they're completely like left unchecked and there's no radars. You could kind of like look over here by 5. There's some people coming 5. This is a little bit of a danger because they could just spawn here and kind of like come. Fortunately, we do have some people that have placed radars down, so we're going to be able to kind of detect those players that are going to be coming in and trying to attack at X. But they are a danger. They are present. And there's something that we should be worried about. Potentially dealing a fair amount of damage. We'll see. Our missions are to kill 3 people as part of our dailies. It's the only daily that we haven't done yet. These other dailies are just whatever. But yeah, so I'm not gonna go take part in taking 5. It's really not that big of a deal. It only becomes a big deal if the other team begins to like make a coordinated push. But again, typically, where you see the blue and the green right there fighting in the middle, in between that kind of like square, that rectangle, that's where a lot of the fighting is going to be taking place. Unfortunately, I haven't really been able to demonstrate it here in this gameplay, as you see. Just because I haven't really been able to get too much into the fight. And there's a number of pretty good players actually on the enemy team too. I checked before the game and before I even actually began recording a little bit. There's a number of streamers on our team. Well, there's like 1 streamer on our team, and I think there's like 2 on the other team. That at least that I know of. I mean, there's probably way more. So. I'm honestly just trying to get into the game here, but every time I do, it's like, oh, we overheated. This might be the end for us. Yeah. So, just having a really difficult time actually getting involved here. Because the flanks are just sort of like weird. They're not weird, but it's like you have this square, you have this like building here, and it's like, okay, you have to sort of like. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere. RKD isn't too good either right now, I don't think. Oh, might be better than what I think actually. What I'm giving our team credit for. Also, this is my first game of the day, so we'll see. I'm just waking up early in the morning. So, hopefully, we're able to kind of like get back into the swing of things. But yeah, I mean, it's a strange map. It's pretty linear. More, I don't know. In a way, it's more linear than like a lot of other maps, because a lot of other maps are pretty linear. But this is like, over here you got straight line of sights, and the building, the center point. Effectively, there really isn't a center point. But if you want to, you could kind of think of the building as itself, as being its own like center point. We got killed there. Just a lot of DP going on. Um, right there at that moment. So we're gonna repair for a little bit. Not that I necessarily want to, but honestly, it's just really hard for me right now. I don't know what's going on. I just, for whatever reason, I'm just not able to kind of go ahead and get into the game. And so this is really the only thing that I have that's gonna allow me to make some sort of impact, and maybe benefit my team for a little bit. Gosh, I forget what this person's name is. But they spawned their ace, so it's working, so they can push our point, which they might actually end up doing here. We haven't spawned an ace in yet. Now might be a pretty good time to spawn an ace in, so that we could kind of get them to be a little bit distracted with us, or by the ace. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think we're regaining control of the situation here. Looked a little bit concerning. At the onset, but ultimately the threat was fairly minimal. We are getting I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm lagging so much. It just feels like I'm not really. My teammates' movements aren't too terribly smooth, so it's making me a little bit skeptical about the nature or the stability of my VPN. Oh, look there, people are kind of which is kind of bad, I mean, it's like I could be kind of like going in an area where I don't think there's anybody, and the next thing I know, it's like there's 14, 15 people there, whatever. It also makes instant reviving people, like in this situation right here, pretty difficult, but we'll see. Um, so yeah, so we're getting pushed pretty hard. It looks like we lost the center point. If we get an ace up, then maybe that might change, and we'll be able to kind of like. And again, I keep saying center point. There really isn't a center point, but if you want to think about it, like that building does act in many ways as a center point. Once you lose it, it's really hard to regain control of it. And that's effectively like what you're fighting over. You're fighting over domination of that building, and once you get that building, then you're able to really kind of assert yourself on the enemy team. That I don't know what happened there. It was unfortunate. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just really hard for me to get involved here. The VPN seems to be breaking up, so I'm probably gonna have to change the VPN out sooner rather than later. Might have to do it in the middle of this game potentially, because this is kind of a little bit unplayable, honestly. I mean, if we're talking about sort of like being in the front line and trying to fight um, and really trying to help our team, this isn't really good. It's okay right now if we're just repairing, but if you're actually fighting, playing an assault MS, then it's not very good. And even right now, it's questionable, since we're playing a mobile suit that does have like an instant revive. Can we actually hit our instant revives? Is that something that we're going to be able to do reliably? That's a really big question, but probably won't matter. I think I'm gonna end up staying in this game though, without switching VPNs. Just right now, the situations is kind of bad, and if I leave now, I could come back to a game that's almost over because our team's losing. Again, that doesn't mean that the game is over yet, but it's not looking too well for us, I don't think, right now. I could have revived them. Again, I'm not 100% right now, not 100%, but we'll see. Um, you know, Continuing to repair. We're getting ratted. Didn't get kill credit for that for some reason. Felt a little bit strange. Felt like I should have. I'll be real with you. I felt like I should have gotten some kill credit for that. So a little bit disappointed that that didn't happen. Yeah, just not a good game for me right now. Not a good game for me right now. you know, and sometimes you have those, so it's not too big of a worry. But um, I don't know. It's just enough to be annoying, enough to be honestly a little bit frustrating. Because it's hard, you know. You're like, okay, I should get kill credit for something that I did, or you know, you're just acting like 2 or 3 seconds a little bit too late, and like I don't even know what I'm getting shot from right there. Um, but whatever it is was enough to DP me and take down like a lot of my health. Uh, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna do it because I just I don't think I could play like this, really, and have fun. Unless things look like they're getting a little bit better, are they? Maybe. I shot that DP ball and it went pretty quickly. So let's see. Okay, yeah, that one took a little bit of time to travel. All right, yeah. If I die right here, I'm probably gonna go and get a new VPN. Because I'm not getting any kills, and yeah, it's just gonna make me worse. I don't know what happened there, so okay, I'll be back real quick. Okay, so we're kind of back, into the game. Hopefully with, well, we got a new VPN, and so hopefully, well, we connected to a different node, so hopefully things are gonna be a little bit more stabilized now, and we'll be able to play, instead of like lagging a few seconds behind everything. Um, and it already feels a lot better actually, so that's good. So let's see if we can maybe recover something from this game. We might not be able to. It might be a little bit too late now. We'll see. Can we get people to shoot at this guy? Oh, can we actually get people to shoot at this guy? There we go. Okay, we were able to. Good. Let's try and get the point back. I don't know if we've launched an ace yet, because we think we really should, unless no one's playing as a commander. Because aces are really big. They're a huge deal. They're a huge deal. They're not just they're not just these, like, you know, things that, you know, you just kind of spawn to give the other team points. Like, they're, you know, just because of the way player psychology sort of works with this game, right? You know, people, a lot of times their first instinct is to go for points, easy points, rather than really do something that's going to be beneficial to their team. And I know that sounds bad, and I don't mean it to sound too terribly bad, but that just kind of is the way things are sometimes, and we might die here. Alright, we're able to get away from that. Let's see if we could... We have our NTD up and ready, but unfortunately we don't have the health to like actually be able to like execute this sort of thing right now. And I appreciate getting healed by that Desperado, but I need this now. Wait for it to hold it. Okay, there we go. Alright, I didn't want to do it now, but unfortunately, you know, we couldn't really wait too much longer. NTD on this thing's kind of okay. It's not great. Like, it doesn't do like any increased damage or anything like that. It just has a faster fire rate, and you know, it looks impressive, which I guess is fitting for this map. But it doesn't. It's really bad. Like, compared to other NTD modes, it's really bad. Like, a lot of other NTD modes like give you way more health than this does. This doesn't give you any health. And like, they actually do stuff. This doesn't really do anything. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going NTD, and like the only thing that changes is this force shot. I almost call it a DP, but it's not really a DP. I mean, it kind of is. Is it? I don't know. I think it actually might be. I haven't really checked, to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to hit because there's like I missed all of those. It's so bad sometimes. But yeah, it's a decent mobile suit. I mean, you could get it. You could get Fenix to work, but it's definitely not a mobile suit that, you know, is gonna really do too much in the way of killing. you're more tagging people and hoping other people finish the kills off. Honestly, that's legitimately what you're doing. That's why, like back there, I was like, "Can my teammate shoot at him, please?" Because that was pretty much the only way I'm gonna get kills. Um, is if my teammates shoot at people. If my teammates don't shoot at people, then I'm probably not gonna be killing anybody because I just can't kill anybody with this suit. I mean, you can. I shouldn't be. I'm being a little bit too critical. I'm being a little bit too critical, but it just makes things a little bit more complicated if your teammates don't shoot at somebody. It's possible, but something like a perfect ability, forget about it though. They are attacking X. Which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to Z out of here to respond to X. No, I'm not going to be able to. Thank you. No, we have NTD ready again, which is kind of neat. Alright, here, let me demonstrate to you. Look, I don't think that did any damage. Like, I think it just did DP, but it didn't do any damage, which isn't really too good. Like, um, it's decent, but it's like there's other things that like do damage to you and do DP at the same time. So it's like, just doing one thing isn't really good enough, I guess, if that makes any sense. I mean, I think it does make sense, but hey. Oh, and I did damage to myself there with my own Psycho Chop because my teammate kind of got in the way of my shot. And the Psycho Chop's kind of bad too, because the Psycho Chop really like only does damage reduction, and it buffs your teammates, but it gives them no. It does damage increase if you hit an enemy, but on your teammates it does damage reduction. Um, and actually, I might let's see how many points. I don't know. I think I'm gonna switch mobile suits. Actually, I'm gonna go to a repair mobile suit just because we only have 2 minutes left in the game, and honestly, there's nothing that I couldn't do in a repair mobile suit that I there's nothing that I could be doing in this that I couldn't be doing in a repair mobile suit. That's the truth. That's just the truth, honestly. Like when it comes to killing, like this thing could probably kill much better, and heal more and just get me more points. And that's just kind of like the position we're at right now. Is just kind of like, okay, let's just try and get ourselves into a good position where we can gain as many points as we can from this game, or actually rather just lose as few as we can. Like we're kind of at that point right now. Like I don't we unfortunately, we took about 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, like maybe 3 minutes at the most, probably, away from the game, so we weren't really involved, which I don't think hurt us too terribly badly. Like, I don't think our team was doing that much to begin with, anyway. Which sorry to say, but you know, um, I feel in some ways is the truth. Um, so, we'll see. See if we can get this guy up. Okay, we can. There we go. Uh-oh. Don't want to get caught by that Chimeras. It almost caught me too. I mean, if he would have maybe held on to that a little bit longer and didn't, activate his dash, probably would have hit me. Can we get a spray onto somebody? Let's try and go for a kill or something. Oh, no, we're dead. No, okay, but this person too. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much game over. And we could go a little bit higher, maybe, if we get maybe like a point somewhere. No, no, no. We would have collected a container or two. We probably would have gotten a little bit higher, but it is what it is. Another loss. Hopefully, we could bounce back in some fashion in the next few games, but that's that map. Like I said, if you lose those points, that I think I indicated in the beginning of the game, um, it doesn't really bode well. Wow, I lost a lot of points actually from that game. Jeez, and I don't think it was too terribly bad of a loss. I mean, it's not like we let the enemy team walk into our base or anything like that, but we did get punished quite heavily for that. So, um, yeah, geez, it's a really bad loss streak right now. But yeah, so that's the game. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Um, I guess wishing for better games next time or something. It's really about it. So, anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you around later. Thanks.